Hello people on YouTube, it's me. I originally called myself Fancy Smith, but I think I accidentally put my real name onto the thing. So, considering I'm not making annoying videos like C. Williams 1976, I don't think I'm going to upset people or anything. So, if they know my real name, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I'm doing some videos about programs I have box sets of, telling people why how I come to find out about them, why I like the program. With this video, I'm doing two videos because if I did them all in one, it would just seem like one bloody great half-hour rant. So I'll do two. This one is more personal, and the second one is more about the TV series. So if you want to hear more about the TV series, and if you're a very dedicated blockie, as fans are called, and you want to troll me and tell me I'm an evil person for saying these things about the programme, go on to part two. Right, anyway. This is box 8 of Prisoner Cell Block H, volume 8. The thing is with this, there's a character in it called Sandy Edwards. Back in 1991, I had to go to something called a job club. The idea was that I went there to find a job by applying for jobs. It never worked. Then again, when I tried to find a job, it never did work. So, and I went up to a woman and I said, "Is your name? What's your name?" And she said, "Caroline." And we had a bit of a talk. Talk went on. And to be quite honest, I was thinking at the time, my God, is she giving me an interview? Is she interviewing me as a post of her boyfriend or something? Well, 18, no, not 18, 16 months went on with her telling me that I should be internally grateful that she'd have anything to do with me, let alone let me be her boyfriend. Insults every time I did something that she disagreed with. And things like making sure that I don't go crossing the road without her helping me. We were playing Monopoly one day, and she said, "This is boring." And then she pushed me over, unzipped my jeans, and I think you can guess the rest without me explaining it. But I think the problem was I'd had two conversations when I was growing up, like two lectures. One was, if somebody asks you if they can play with your willy, that is wrong, that is bad, and they shouldn't do it. And two, if you have a relationship with a woman and she wants to have sex with you, there is a very good chance that once she's going to end up pregnant, and once she's had the baby, she's going to go away with someone else, and you won't see that baby, but you're going to have to pay maintenance for it for 16 years. So I just basically pushed her off, and she said, "Well, you don't want it then." Buggered off, and that was the last I saw of her, until I heard from my brother that she was going around saying I took all her benefit money off her and got drunk with it. Anyway, that Caroline looked a lot like a character in the 8 who turns up in volume 8 of Prisoner Cell Block H, Sandy Edwards. Sandy Edwards was only in it for about 5 minutes, and she ends up getting killed by a woman called Kate Peterson. And I really do wish she stayed in it for the rest of the series, because as in my next thing you might notice, even with her in it, it'd have been worth watching. It's total rubbish. Anyway, I um I have seen lately. When I was here, I had a few scary experiences. When I first come in here, a group of men somehow got into my flat when I was there. They pushed me through. They rushed up with a load of drink. Thankfully, I managed to get some people to get them out because they, realised I was like easy prey. Somebody tried to get my credit card off me, but I didn't have a credit card, so they couldn't do it. But one day I had a knock on the door, and I answered the door, and standing there was a woman with an untucked blouse, a very tight top, tight black cotton trousers, and high heels. And she looked at me, and she went, "Oh, it is you." And I looked at her, and I went, "Who are you?" And then she said, "I'm Caroline. Since I last saw you, I've had 2 marriages, I've had 2 children. What have you done with your life?" And I just looked at her and I said, "Well, after I fell out with my brother because you told him that I used to take your benefit money off you so I could get drunk, and I got thrown out of WH Smith because your first husband Trevor wanted to beat me up because you told him that I used to take your benefit money off you and get drunk. Oh, by the way, that's your first husband, the one who used to tell you when you went out, he used to tell you that if you're not to look at other men, only him." "I actually know about your first boyfriend. I know how he used to treat you. That's because I used to get regular updates." And she wasn't very happy about that. And I said to her, "Well, since then I've been living with my dad for the past God knows how many years. And I moved out when I was 38, and this is my first flat. I'm very sorry, but we can't all have action-packed lives like yours. Could you fuck off, please?" She looked a lot, I think, like I've just said, like Sandy Edwards. And it's a weird thing that watching a video, or the DVD should I say, even though the woman was a complete shit, I like watching her on there. So, then again, in the next box set, she does get killed by Kate Peterson, so maybe that's why I like it, because she does get her comeuppance. Caroline hasn't got a comeuppance from what I see. She regularly visits a women's institute and not women's institute, refuge. Nobody likes the place because there's so many men going there and they're demanded to have their partners back. So that's the personal side of the program. In the second part of this thingy, I'll talk a bit more about the program. Goodbye.